Hi everybody. Previous class we have discussed about the concurrency control and lag based protocol. In this we have serializability schedule. Serializability schedule. In this, what is meant by schedule? Scheduling means it is the time order of the more than two transactions. Time order of the more than two transactions. Two transactions. In this scheduling, every transaction having the individual time slots. Every transaction having individual time slots. In this time slots, one transaction should be completed. After the next transaction should be started to processing the transaction. In these transactions, if we have the n number of transactions, n number of transactions, we have the possibility of transaction should be equals to 2 power n possibility ways. 2 power n possibility ways. This is the n number of transactions equals to 2 power n possibility ways to be occurred in the serializability scheduling. In this serializability scheduling, we have some examples. We have taken the two examples. One is schedule S1, second one is schedule S2. In this schedule S1, we have the four types of transactions. One is T1, T2, T3, T4. In this, every transaction should be operating their own performances. In this first one, read of data item is equals to A. In this read of operations of A, it is data item. In this read operation, do not update in the data item value. And the completion of reading operations of data item, next the updating of write of data item A. This way the serializability should be sequence of order term, next completing of the read of write of data item A, then T2 transaction should be started to begin the process, and up to the T3, T4. This is the scheduling of S1. Whereas coming to schedule S2, extra we have in the every individual transaction should be having the commit operations. By what is commit operation? This commit operation should be indicates the every individual transaction of every process should be done in the after completion of individual transaction. That's why after individual transaction, every transaction should be next level of transaction. This is when the transaction be completed after we are getting the commit command. This is the serializability schedule between the two slots or two schedules by the sequence of time order. And in this serializability schedule, we have the two types of schedules. Two types of schedules. And one is serializable schedule, and second one is concurrency schedules. Concurrency schedule. And coming to serializable schedule, if it is having the commit operations, then only the next transaction should be started. Which transaction should be getting the commit operation? After that, the next transaction should be started to process. Next transaction should be started. That is the serializability schedule. In this schedule, first completing the one transaction. After that, the next transaction should be started. In this, we have the example. If I can write the four transactions, in this one transaction T1 is reading of data item A, and T1 writing the data item. After completion of this transaction, we are getting the commit operation. Then first the transaction of T1 is completed, then only the next transaction should be started, that is T2 transaction. T2 transaction also reading the data item and writing the data item, then it is commit. Next, after completion of T2 transaction, the T3 transaction should be started. That is the serializable schedule. For completing of this process, we are getting first one T1 transaction completed, then T2 transaction should be started. After completion of T2 transaction, another transaction will be started. This is the serializable scheduling. Serializable scheduling. Okay, next. What is the advantage of serializable scheduling? Advantage of serializable scheduling. The advantage of serializable schedule is the mainly inconsistency. Avoiding the inconsistency. Inconsistency means it is not consistent with the another transaction and it is not depend on the another transaction. And the disadvantage of transaction serializable scheduling. Disadvantage of serializable schedule is it is poor throughput. Poor throughput. What is meant by throughput? Throughput is nothing but the particular time, how much transactions are done in the particular unit of time. Particular unit of time, how much transaction should be completed, that is called throughput. In this, the disadvantage of poor throughput. And also we have the another disadvantage, that is utilization of resources. Utilization of resources. Utilization of resources. In this resources usage of also the serializable schedule will be poor. That's why this is also disadvantages of serializable schedule. And whereas coming to concurrency control. Concurrency control of schedule. Concurrency control of schedule. It is the exclusive transaction of equal sequence of in parallelizing transaction. In this transaction, one should be completed of series parallelly, another transaction should be disappear. That's why the T1, T2, T3 and T4 transactions are same just like schedule S2. And the one transaction completed, and every transaction will parallelly committed and completed. And coming to concurrency control, exclusive parallel schedule having the advantage of better throughput. Compared to serializable schedule. Compared to serializable schedule, the concurrency schedule will be having the better throughput. Here we already discussed throughput. Throughput means it is how much transactions or how much process are done in the within the unit of time is called the throughput. And also better utilization of resources. Better utilization of resources. Compared to serializable schedule, in this concurrency schedule having the better utilization of resources. That's why the resources are when the required transaction of resources, the particular resources are utilization of the individual transaction in the within the time of throughput time. This is called serializable schedule and concurrency schedule. And next class we will discuss about the other topic. Thank you.